Hello grade 11s, so we're busy in the HSE workbook with page 4-15. Okay, so we're busy with perspective drawings, and yeah, the first thing that I usually do is, or what we should do is to get our vanishing point. So what I go and look for is with what angle is these lines going, and if I put my 60 degrees triangle over there, I can see it's not 60 and it's also not 30 degrees if I take it like this. Okay, but then if I take my 45, then I will see, okay, every line lines up with the 45 degrees, so it means that my two vanishing points will also be with the 45 degrees. So from your SP, which is down here, okay, what I do is draw a construction line from here to your paper plane and then down. Okay, you also don't have to draw the whole line through. You can also just draw part of it just to get that construction. If you just draw like this part, it's fine. It's just to be able to see, okay, I know what angle you used, and then your straight line down your vertical line. And then remember to also name your vanishing point. So this is your left vanishing point. Okay, and then on the other side, with your 45, and then just a vertical line straight down. And then remember, it's your right vanishing point. Not red, sorry. Your right vanishing point. Okay. So I like to start with my roof, but you'll see that our roof actually lines up with the wall, the outside of the wall. So the roof doesn't have any overhang. So it means this is where the roof will start on this line, but also the walls, the outside of the wall. So we can actually just go and look which point is actually touching the paper plane. So watter punt raak die vertikale vlak, en dan werk ons van daar af. So dis makliker om te begin met hierdie ene, want hy raak die vertikale vlak, die prentvlak, sorry. En hierdie ene is bietjie weg, so ons gaan hoogtelyne moet vat vir hom. Okay, so this one is touching our paper plane. So I'm just going to draw a light construction line from there, and then also where the roof starts, it's over there, okay, and then that is where the wall also starts. So from there, I'm not gonna draw my vertical line straight through. I'm just gonna make a mark on that line, okay. And we know the bottom of the wall is down here, so it's where it touched the ground line. Okay, so from your ground line, to get these two lines, draw two lines to the vanishing points, okay. Okay, and then this is the height of the wall in where the roof will start. So also from there, just to your left vanishing point and to your right vanishing point. Okay, so now we have these two lines. I just want to put a marker. Okay, so I've drawn this line and I've drawn the other one, which is gonna be the blue one. Okay, so that is the two lines that I've drawn now. Okay, so I want to know where this line is stopping. So I can just take this corner and that one to our SP and then take it down. Then I have that two lines. Okay, so I'm going to take this one to the SP and this one also to the SP. And then just bring it down to between those two lines. Okay, so this is where the wall is stopping, and that is actually that corner over there. So, okay. So for this line, you can do it in two different ways, okay? So what you can do, what I would have done, is to take a shortcut. So I would have just put my ruler on that corner and then on the left vanishing point, because this is going to the left vanishing point, and then instead of drawing it that way, just draw it back, because I know the line is going back. Okay, and then just go and take this corner to the SP and then bring it down on that line, and then you have this corner. Okay, the other way you can do it is to go and draw a height line. So draw a line that is going with the same angle, so 45, till where it touched the paper plane. Okay, then bring it down to the ground line. Okay, and then just, okay, so this is now the plane. This is a plane. Okay, so from here where it touched the ground line, then just draw a line to where, to the right vanishing point, like that. Okay, so it means where this line and the, okay, just ignore this line quickly, which I've already drawn. Okay, so if you're doing this method, okay, so then you have these two lines. Okay, and then also just go and take this corner to the SP and then bring it down on that line which we just drew. Okay, so it means that is where your wall will start, but you will be able to see that if we did it with this way, the first method, like this, can you see that it's also on the same point? Okay, it feels it's just much less construction the first way. That's why I prefer doing it that way. Okay, but yeah, okay, so it doesn't matter which way you do it, it's both is correct. Okay, so then you can just go and, yeah, we can darken this part because there's just a window, it's not a door, and over here is also a window, so I'm gonna darken that part as well. And then on this side is also a window, and so we can darken that part. Okay, so for here, just take this corner again to the SP. And then also just bring it down. Okay, so that is where the wall is stopping. Okay, so for here as well, okay, we have our height line, so it means this is the height line. Okay, to know where the wall is stopping, you can also just draw a ruler, a line to the height line and take it to the right vanishing point. Or again, what I do is just put this point on you and your line your left vanishing point and this point up, and then just draw it back to this line which we already have. So then that is where our wall will stop. Okay, and then you can just go and draw it to the right vanishing point again. Okay, so now we have to do the roof and then the doors and the windows. Okay, so here, if we take the middle, we have to go and draw a height line for this one. Okay, so what I do is draw a line also 45 degrees, still attach the paper plane, and then bringing this line down, a construction line, and with the same roof height. So this is that roof that I'm working with, and I'm just going to make a line over there so I know that is where the roof height is. It's the same as that, and then because this is going to the right vanishing point, so it means that I'm going to take this one as well to the right vanishing point, that point over there. So this line which I just drew was now, it's this line, the roof, the top of the roof. Okay, so I have the roof, I just want the 2 points on the roof, so I'm going to take these two to the SP and then take it on to that line, and then I have the 2 points on the roof. So just take this one to the SP, and then that one over there, and then just bring it down to the line which we just drew. So there is that 2 points. Okay, and then I'm just going to darken that part of the roof. Okay, and then just connect it. So here I can also go and connect my roof. Like that. And I'm going to connect this part. Okay, so I'm not going to do that one already. I need this corner over here. So I'm also, this, if you take a straight line up, you will see that it also ends up in that corner. So take this corner also to your SP. And then just bring it down to this line. And then there is that part of the roof. But I'm just going to draw it light because the other part of the roof is gonna be in front here. Okay, so for the next one, this one, I'm going to take a height line till it touches the paper plane over here. So I'm just going to extend this one, and then also it's going to be on the same height. We can see over here this roof is also on the same height, so I'm going to take it from this height, and then from there this one is going to the left vanishing point, so I'm going to take this to the left vanishing point. Okay, so now I have this line, which is this line. Okay, I need 2 points on it, so I'm going to take this one and that one to the SP, and then also just bring it down to that line which we just drew. Okay. So that is the other part of the roof, which we can also just go and draw, and then we can also just go and make that part, that the back, you can just darken that part, and then this is also going to this corner, which is this corner over here, so we can darken that part. Just connect the roof over here, and the same over here. Okay, so we're finished with the roof and the walls, so now we can do the windows and the doors. So the windows is actually very easy. We already have a reference line to work from, so I'm just gonna, because it's touching the paper plane, it's touching ons prentvlak, die paper plane. So from here, just draw the roof height to that line. So I'm just making 2 marks over there. Then take these 2 lines to the 2 marks to the vanishing points to each side. So this is where the window over here will be, and then the other window. Okay. Oh, see, that one didn't go. Okay, so just to get the position where the window will be, take your 2 outside corners to the SP, and then bring it down, and then you have your window. So, of the block for your window. So I'm just going to take these outer corners of the outside of the windows to the SP. I'm going to do these 2 as well. The one on this side as well. Okay, and then just bring it down. So that is where the window will be, and that is where that line for the window will be. Okay, and then the same over here. So we have our block for the window. Okay, so I'm just going to darken that part. Okay, so for the inside, for the windowsill, okay, the frame, yeah, the inside of the window, okay, just take this corner, which we'll be able to see. So from here, just draw a line to your right vanishing point, and then this is the one that we will be able to see. So take that corner to the SP, and then just bring it down till it touches that line which we just drew now. Okay, like that. And then my shortcut again, which I always do, is just put my ruler on the point and then on the left vanishing point, and then instead of drawing it forward, just draw it back. So there is that part of the window. I'm just gonna erase this construction a little bit, it's just too dark. Okay, and then the same on this side also. Over there, I'm just taking it to my left vanishing point, and then this corner over here, take it to the SP and bring it down, and then take it from your right vanishing point back. Okay, so there is that part. Okay, the inside of the wall, which we will actually be able to see. You see, this is actually the outside of the wall. Okay, so remember, if you want to draw a line through here for the inside, over here, sorry, you can't draw it from that corner because that is the outside of the wall. Okay, so you have to go determine where is the inside of the two walls that meet. Okay, so with the hidden detail of this dotted line, okay, so I'm just going to draw a line till it touch that line, okay, and then I'm just going to measure what that is, and it's 2 millimeters. So from this line also just measure 2 millimeters. So it means this will actually be the inside of the wall. Okay, so this is the line that we will actually be able to see inside the window. Okay, so from here I'm just going to draw another height line till it touch the paper plane, and then bring it down. Okay, and then from here, the ground line, take it to your right vanishing point, so that is actually the line that you will see in the inside. Okay, and then we still have to do our door. Okay, so over here, if you drew already your height line that's going like this, and you drew it down, you will see it's not meeting up with your, it's not the same line as your wall line and your roof, so that's correct. But then we're working with this line, so take your height for the door to this height line, and then from there take it to your vanishing point. Okay, so this is the actual height for your door, and then also just take the two sides of the door, that to the SP, like that, and then bring it down. Okay, and then the inside, that part, okay, and just take that to the SP as well. Okay, and then just remember to take this corner also to your left vanishing point, so where they meet, that is where that part of the door stops. Okay, just remember there shouldn't be a dark line over there. there's no visible line over there. Okay, and oh, I see I still need another window. Okay, but that's fine. So I already have the height for the door. Okay, so if I use the one on the corner of the wall, because this is the line I'm going to use, so over here, take that one to your left vanishing point, and you will see that it also meets up with this line, and then you know you're correct. So you can also do the same over here, just take that back. Okay, so also take it to your SP or window, the two sides. And then the inside. Okay, and then I'm just going to take it down again. And then that is the inside part. Okay, and then take it to your right vanishing point. Okay, and then this. Okay, so there is our page 415.